Good day. This is a quick hit video on order of operations on creating parts. So as we've talked in the past about creating parts, we start with a sketch, and in this case we'll start with a fresh sketch on the front plane, and our initial design is going to be a rectangle. In that rectangular shape we'll create the shape, and then we'll come back and add the smart dimensions to specify the exact size of the shape. So we're going to make this 3 inches, we'll make this 7 inches, we'll make it easy, 6 inches. So it's 3 inches by 6 inches. That's the base shape that we're going to work with, and we're going to go ahead and revert back. We'll jump onto the features tool, and the easiest way is to rotate this just a little bit by holding down the wheel mouse. We'll extrude it, and since it's only one shape, we can extrude out the part as far as we need, and in this case the part is going to be 2 inches thick. So we'll come over to the left hand side, 2.0, and we'll create the part by hitting the green check mark. Okay, so we have the part initial shape. So now the feature on this particular component is that it's got an angled cut on it. Alright, so the face has got an angled cut. We have to put a sketch on it. So we go up to the sketch tab, we choose sketch, and we put a sketch on the front face. Again, order of operations, we create the overall shape first, and now we're starting to detail the shape itself. So this particular drawing shape has an angled shape that looks something like this. So it's drawn, and notice that I'm drawing the line longer than what I need. Why is that? Because I'm going to add the dimensions to the intersection points of these particular items. I can add a smart dimension right now and say smart dimension, but I can only do it to the end. So I can trim them, which is another good way to use this. And if I trim too much, there's no other feature. So I'll undo that trim. Then again, remember that the feature is undo is always available. So I'm going to draw a short line that connects the corner to the edge. Hit the escape key. I'm going to draw another short line from the corner to the intersecting edge. Why is that? Well, that now gives us a structure that we can trim back to. So now we can trim back the little segments. The rest of it, I'll draw a line to connect the corner, and then another line to connect over to the other segment. So now I've got a closed shape, but it's not dimensioned. So we need to dimension this, and we'll make this 1.25. And we'll make this 1 inch. Let's make this 0.50 inches instead. So we got a weird angle that we're cutting, but the whole feature here is if we take a look at the front face of this, you'll notice that the line, I created a line across the bottom, the side, the segment, the angle, and then the other vertical component. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this back. So I've added all the dimensions. I'll choose the feature tool, but this time I'm going to choose the extruded cut. And we'll pick extruded cut, and I've got 2 possibilities of what I can cut. Well, actually 1, because I only have 1 solid object that I can cut back. But I don't want to cut it 2 inches. I only want to cut it 1.0 inches. Okay. And the reason why I only want to go back 1 inch is because the shape of this part doesn't require me to go back all the way. And we'll choose OK. Notice that it now cut that part. And then finally, it's got a hole through the center of this part. And so to create the hole through the center, I'm not going to work from the front. I could, but it's actually easier to work from the back. And so again, I'm going to put a sketch on the back. And if you notice, every time I create a feature shape, I create a new sketch. So I'm going to choose a sketch, pick the back surface, and in this case, I said it's in the center, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a diagonal line between the corners. Now the nice thing is that if I pick this line and right mouse click, I can change this line to a construction geometry line. And basically that means that this line won't be used in the creation of the shape itself. Now that I've got the diagonal line, I can draw a circle at the midpoint of that line. And it will find the midpoint for me. Well, there it is. There's the midpoint of that line. It gives me a data point, and I'll draw a circle. How big of a circle? Well, we're going to go ahead and create a 2-inch circle. I'm not going to guarantee that it's 2 inches until I type in the value. So I hit the escape key, click on the value, type in 2.0. So now I've got a 2-inch circle on the back, and I'm going to also go through that same feature extruded cut. Could I use the whole wizard? Probably. And this extruded cut is not only going to be for 1 inch, it's going to be through the whole part. So instead of a blind direction, we're going to hit the down arrow and say through everything, because it's going to cut it all. And I'll choose OK. So now you can see that it cut the part all the way through. And it was a quick and easy process, but it's all about order of operations. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.